me be honest.
Mega Dola.
Nilikuwa nina watch show, alafu kuna ile number special 10 zilipeanwa pale. Alafu baadaye nikatangazwa kuwa mimi ndio mshindi. Naso laba mtaani niko na kiosk yangu pale. Yenye nimeshinda nda boost ile kiosk yangu iko kubwa kidogo, na wasi mcheze. Mega Dola ni ya ukweli.
Nawe pia cheza ushinde leo. Top up kwa paybill number 295888 uanzie sasa.
A very good afternoon to you, and thank you so much for joining us here on Channel 1 at Lunchtime News Weekend. My name is Brenda Zadaradido, and for the next 30 minutes I shall be bringing you up to date with what has been making headlines, or rather what has made headlines in Kenya beyond borders and matters sports. And on that note, we begin our lunchtime bulletin right now with matters weather, where the government has dismissed claims that the country could be split into two owing to fault lines witnessed along the Maimahiu Narrow Crude. Mining Principal Secretary John Omenge rubbished claims by the Geologists Society of Kenya that the fault line was as a result of tectonic movement of land instead of attributing it to flooding. Stretching several kilometers along the Maimahiu Narrow Crude has been the center of speculation in the past few weeks, a scenario that has been witnessed on at least 3 occasions, resulting in panic among the residents in Naivasha. Initially, the appearance of the cracks were linked to massive earth movements, but the government has dismissed claims that the country could be split into two following the emergence of the fault lines.
The water coming and being channeled by the roads and tracks to meet old areas that had collapse of the soils below them, and a continuous development of the collapse feature.
People have different arguments. If you sit in your office and talk about this event here, without coming here, you'll have a totally different opinion. So it's important that we come to the field, confirm the situation like we have done now, and be able to give the right advice.
According to Mining Principal Secretary John Omenge, numerous studies done in the area revealed underground washing of soil as the major contributor.
And we have seen very clearly areas that have been cleared for agriculture. There are no trees, as opposed to areas where you've got trees which anchor firmly the soil. That feature is developing, but is not developing as much in the areas where we have the trees. For obvious reasons, the anchorage of the trees is helping forestall that kind of development.
The Principal Secretary, who led senior government officials on a fact-finding mission in the area, said the government was alarmed by increasing statements that the country could split into two due to tectonic movements.
There is no tectonic activity here. So anybody who is going to tell us that they have a story around tectonic activity and it's not there, surely we want to examine their specialization and see, because there is none.
The Principal Secretary also took issue with some of the geologists who he accused of peddling false information. A visibly angered Principal Secretary said the geologists were instilling fear among Kenyans, saying their days were numbered in the profession.
We will not entertain people talking haphazardly on subjects which we are not specialists on, and thereby creating fear, unnecessary fear to Kenyans.
We will ensure that we reach a consensus before going out to press, definitely, because we need to have one voice other than everybody speaking from all corners.
Now, Kiambu County Government has launched Kiambu County Water and Sewerage Company despite a court order seeking to block its operationalization. Several groups moved to court to challenge the controversial merger of 9 water companies into a single company. Now, the county administration has maintained the ambitious project is aimed at ensuring all residents have access to clean water and affordable water.
The county government of Kiambu has launched the Kiambu County Water and Sewerage Company, dissolving 8 other water companies in an effort to ensure 100% of Kiambu County residents have access to clean and affordable water. According to Area Governor Ferdinand Waititu, only 54% of Kiambu residents have access to safe water.
For those who mean well for our county, definitely we are going to be happy. For those who obviously are not with us for various reasons, some we competed against, some may be planning to compete against me. So it is expected that they can oppose any good project that I come with.
He said that the launched project is in line with this administration pre-election pledges. Kericho County Governor Professor Paul Chepkwony, who graced the occasion, said water shortage would be speedily addressed under one management.
We did it 3 years ago and we've seen results. We merged our 2 companies, were only 2 companies, we merged into one so it was easier. And because of that, donors came on board very quickly.
This merger is the strategy towards the right direction. I know there are a number of hurdles, but I want to urge us, because sometimes whatever you do, whether you like it or not, you definitely face certain challenges.
The dissolved water and sewer farms served Thika, Kiambu, Kikuyu, Limuru, Githunguri, Gatundu, Karuri, Ruiru and Juja towns.
I know very well that there are those people who are benefiting individually in those 8 companies. But I want to plead to them that for the betterment of our country, please just join us in this process of merging our companies so that we can eventually help our residents.
In February this year, Waititu assented to the new law permitting the merger of the 9 companies into one entity called Kiambu County Water and Sewer Company Limited. Several groups have, however, moved to court to block the implementation and operationalization of Kiambu Water and Sanitation Amendment Act 2018. Irene Mchuma Odim, The Lunchtime News.
All right, let's cross over to one of our top story, and that is a Cuban doctor's deployment, where the government has rubbished reports casting aspersions on the expertise of doctors sourced from Cuba, terming them speculative. State House Chief of Staff Nzioka Waita insists that the 100 doctors who will soon arrive in the country are specialized in very complex areas of medicine and will be critical in boosting the existing doctor-to-patient ratio in public hospitals.
During President Kenyatta's visit to Cuba last month, Kenya struck an agreement to bring in 100 medical specialists from the Caribbean nation. In the deal, each county will benefit with at least 2 doctors. And as the arrival edges closer, queries have been raised regarding the expertise of the sourced Cuban doctors. An article in one of the local dailies reported the disquiet among members of the Senate's Health Committee, who are questioning the fields of specialty, the stations of duty, and remuneration of the sourced doctors. Indeed, State House Chief of Staff Nzioka Waita maintains that the doctors hold unquestionable qualifications. In a statement, Nzioka says, "We are bringing in specialists in very complex areas of medicine, including oncology, nephrology, and dermatology. Specialists in these areas are few and far between, yet their services are in high demand." He further states that the government pushed on with a deal in a bid to address the existing doctor-to-patient ratio, which currently stands stands at 1 doctor to 16,000 patients. He says our efforts to boost access to specialized medical service at the county level is not a condemnation of our own professionals. Rather, it is a mere recognition that we need specialized doctors. Nzioka says the underlying objective of the partnership is to build expertise and capacity at the country's grassroots level 4 and 5 hospitals. Eric Biegon reporting for Channel 1 News.
All right, now TRT Member of Parliament William Kamket now says the recent meeting between opposition leader Raila Odinga and former President Daniel Moi aims at consolidating support for Senator Gideon Moi's presidential bid in 2022. Speaking during a football tournament in his constituency, Kamtet, who was present during the meeting between Raila and Moi, told his constituents that KANU was in the process of reaching out to all communities to secure presidency.
Tunataka kuuliza chairman yetu Gideon Moi atufanyie hesabu mzuri, hesabu ambayo inaingia goal, sio hesabu ya kubatisha. Asituwekee hesabu ya kuanguka na haibu, atuwekee ile hesabu tunaingia State House, na kama ajui hiyo hesabu awachane na hiyo biashara ya State House.
Now, parents are being urged to encourage their children to pursue religious studies during the holidays for spiritual growth. In KBC County, the Seventh-day Adventist Church is running Bible study programs for the children with a view of keeping them busy during the school break.
The Vocational Bible School program is organized annually during school holiday by Nyakoe Central 7-Day Adventist Church to encourage youngsters to grow spiritually. During the one-week program, the group of 200 children study the Bible and participate in outreach activities. According to the organizers, the program has been effective in instilling ideal social and spiritual value in the youngsters, hence keeping them off trouble.
Once they come home over the holidays, we will be conducting Vocational Bible School every time so that we can occupy the minds of the children and we feed them with the word of the Lord.
We want to create pastors for tomorrow. We want to create good government officers tomorrow. Without the word of the Lord, then we know our children are not going to make it.
Elsewhere in Kiambu County, residents are being urged to compassionate and assist the homeless, especially the street kids. A well-wisher Efanthas Tuku of Adonai Foundation, who donated John Kihaini Youth Center in Kiringiti, said thousands of Kenyan children are languishing on the streets and could have been saved by giving them a home in a family setup.
Siweze kuingilia hii kati ili tuweze kuinua na wale wa Kenya wengine, watoto wengine wako barabarani, ili waweze kusoma na waweze kukula vizuri, waweze kufaa vizuri na waweze kulala vizuri.
Reporting for Lunchtime News, I am Yasmin Monsika.
Now, psychologists are attributing the rising number of suicide cases to relationship issue, land issues, low self-esteem and poverty. Dr. Benjamin Mugambi, a counselor and a psychology lecturer at Chuka University, now says there's need to dig deeper to find out the underlying issues that push people to take their own lives. He says some of the pointers to gauge suicidal people include withdrawal, loss of appetite and heavy drinking. Now, this comes amid reports that more than 20 suicide cases have been reported in Tharaka Nithi County in the past 2 months.
Kujiua na kuua wengine, nadhani dhana ile ya kujiua ndio ile ya kuua. Inaitwa death instinct. Na kwa mara nyingi ukisikia mtu amejiua, fuatilia jamii yake. Kwa mfano akija kwako kwa counseling, sifuatilie kwamba ngao Fred ametoka. Nafuatilia kutoka mwanzoni amekuwa namna gani. Na mara nyingi nimetambua kwamba huyu mtu alianza mapema sana. Unaweza kukuta mtu alianza akiwa primary school kuwa na hiyo roho ya kujiua. Na ukitafuta utaona kwamba pengine kuna changamoto nyumbani, kuna kutoeleweka nyumbani, kuna kutoelewana kwa wazazi nyumbani. Kwa hivyo hayo ndio hasa shinani ndio yanachangia kule kujiua na kuua watu wengine. Kwa hivyo ni vizuri kushughulikia vijana wetu mapema, kuwaelekeza mapema, na tunapoona akiwa na dalili za kwamba ameanza kuwa na stress ama ameanza kuzindiwa na mawazo mengi, ni muhimu wakati huo tujaribu kuongea na wao na tuwahimize na wao, akijikuta kwa stress ama kwa mambo yanayomsumbua, akimbilie kwa mtu ambaye anaweza kuongea naye.
Right, let's cross over to Kajiado County, where a one-week seminar was held in Kitengela to sensitize men on family values and the need to take up the responsibility as the head of the family. The men-only seminar organized by Kajiado East Pastors Association sought to sensitize Maasai men on the need to care for their families and teach them Christian values, including how to pray. Now, more than 10,000 Maasai men attended the seminar come prayer meeting, in which it emerged a majority of them had never attended a church service. All right, 14 minutes past 1 p.m. here on Channel 1 Lunchtime News. So far, you're up to date with what has been making headlines in Kenya. Allow me to take a short breather, but I still have a lot lined up for you after the short break.
Je, waweza fanya nini kwa dakika 4? Na mega dola. Unaweza piga chef? Na mega dola. Kila kitu ni mega. Waweza pika ugali? Na mega dola. Pesa hapa ni mega. Na mega dola. Labda waweza fua nguo? Ni mega. Na mega dola. Ama unaweza tengeneza milioni 30. 4 minutes are enough to win big with Mega Dollar. Just go to Lipa na M-Pesa, select Pay Bill, enter business number 295888, enter account name KBC, deposit 10 shillings or more, enter your PIN and press OK, then choose 10 numbers from 1 to 80 and send to 29588, and you can win up to 30 million shillings every 4 minutes. Deposit, play and win with Mega Dollar. The big game for big winners.
This Sunday, watch the Kenya Premier League match between Nakumatt FC and Ulinzi Stars live from Machakos County Stadium starting at 2 p.m. on KBC Channel 1.
This week on KBC Channel 1.
I killed him! I killed my son! I came here to smack you across your face!
Yaani umeamua nifanyie hivi? Mimi. Hey, wewe kitu gani mama Keda? Usijifanye mzuri sana. Na najua unipendi.
This is absolutely nonsense.
It's important you get support from your family and before you go to support groups.
If I had met somebody at that time who encouraged me and told me, yes, look at me, I am fine, even you will be fine, it would have given me that much more psych to fight.
All right, thank you for keeping it Channel 1 Lunchtime News Weekend, and you continue the bulletin where an Indian cultural fete was held in Nairobi as part of efforts to display their cultural history to Kenyans amid calls for closer cooperation in talent development. During the fete, stakeholders were challenged to work together in promoting youth talent in music, dances and drama for the mutual benefits of the two countries. The High Commissioner of India to Kenya, Suchitra Durai, said her country is committed to support Kenya in promoting its diverse, rich culture and build unity.
Down
thousands of Kenyans and Indians flocked to the Oshwal Junior High Auditorium in Nairobi to mark the annual Tamil New Year celebrations cultural program. It is here that the youth display their rich culture and style as they put their best foot forward. India High Commissioner to Kenya Suchitra Durai said it's the vision of both Kenya and India to focus on advancing culture.
In addition, what we do is for the Kenyan National Music Festival, which is again a huge event for you. India has been participating in this for a long time. Indian dance and music, both classical, folk and semi-classical, is included in fact under the Oriental music category. So we are very privileged that as India, our culture.
So we have a Tamil Cultural Association which unites this community, and we celebrate all our key events through our cultural association programs. So today the program is mainly celebrating, it's not the English New Year, it's a Tamil New Year, and so that's the reason we are all together to celebrate our Tamil New Year program today.
She pledged to enhance cooperation in various sectors such as music, dances and drama to promote the young talents for the mutual benefits of the two countries.
What we do is that we have several functions in the year in which we ensure that both Kenyans and Indians participate in this. We did the first ever Festival of India in Kenya, not just in Nairobi but also in Mombasa. For the Lamu Cultural Festival, every year we get troops. We take them to Kisumu, we take them to Eldoret, to Nakuru, and that's how we get the people of the two countries together.
Young people were asked to utilize their talents and develop them.
So I think they should really work hard to build and celebrate that talent, because it's not just academics which is important, but fostering this cultural talent, cultural links is very important, because that is what spreads peace and understanding in the world. When we understand the culture and the language and the traditions of each other, that's what brings people together.
Over 1,000 Kenyans and Indians attended the event that was marked with pomp and color.
The famous Dr. Ludwig Krapf Historical Site in Rabai sub-county of Kilifi has received a major facelift to the tune of 5.7 million shillings. The Krapf Memory Rabai Museum, a rustic setting of the 19th century church construction built in 1846, has been facing serious deterioration owing to the vagaries of the weather.
The famous Dr. Ludwig Krapf Historical Site has a rich history in Kenya, as it was the first church and school to be built in Eastern Central Africa.
Thank you.
While visiting the site, the German ambassador to Kenya, who visited the site, explained their involvement in the project and why the German government has taken interest in refurbishing the site.
Last year was the 500th anniversary of Martin Luther's thesis, which he posted in Wittenberg in Germany, as well as the 50th birthday of the German Evangelical Church in Kenya, which is in Nairobi.
Accompanying her was Heritage Principal Secretary Josfeta Mokobe, who said that Kenya has a wealth of historical heritage sites and monuments, such as the one in Rabai, that should not be neglected and allowed to fall into ruin.
The restoration of this site, including the historical memorial cemetery of the missionaries who endured a lot of challenges in their travels to bring Christianity to East Africa, is just but a small part of the many other religious heritage sites which need restoration, conservation, not only here in the coast, but all over the country.
National Museum of Kenya Director General Dr. Mzalendo Kibunjia reiterated that they are working with county governments in the preservation of cultural and historical sites and monuments domiciled in their localities.
And the idea of us as the National Museums of Kenya to develop these sites is to make sure there is something else to do other than basking in the beach.
The National Museums of Kenya has equally provided 2 million shillings for research work and collection of exhibits for the revamped museum. Reporting for Channel 1 News Weekend from Mombasa County, I am Ann Mburu.
Time to cross over to the international scene, and talks between Armenia's Prime Minister and an opposition leader aimed at ending anti-government protests have broken down. Prime Minister Sargsyan walked out of a televised meeting with Nikol Pashinyan in the capital, denouncing what he termed as the opposition's blackmail.
There are reports that Armenian opposition leader Nikol Pashinyan was later detained amid clashes between his supporters and riot police. Pashinyan wants Prime Minister Sargsyan to resign over a constitutional change he says is an effort to retain power. The change transferred significant power to the Prime Minister, a role Sargsyan only took on last week. He stepped down as president after reaching his two-term limit. On Saturday, after days of protests, Pashinyan told thousands of opposition supporters in the capital, Yerevan, that the Prime Minister did not understand the new reality in Armenia. Many Armenians want to see genuine change in their country, but feel that they are being deprived of that opportunity because the leadership remains the same. While President Sargsyan said that he had no intention of becoming Prime Minister at the end of his second 5-year term, he was chosen by Parliament to serve as Prime Minister. His supporters argue that he has provided the national security Armenia needs, but he failed to address continuing tensions with Azerbaijan and Turkey.
All right, time to get sporty, and Luis Suarez scored 2 goals